Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Mimi and I am back with another video. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, and if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for checking me out. Today's video is my mommy tag, so if you have not read the description, which you probably did, it's my mommy tag. I saw this video on YouTube like a couple of days ago when I was like looking for videos and seeing like what else I would like to do. I have like a whole list of videos, but I still look every day just to see if I see any new content, anything that I would like to try. So I saw this video and I was like, okay, let me take a hash at it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell to be updated every time I upload a new video. Alright, so let me see. I have my phone here. It's a little video. I got all the questions, so let me see. Alright, so the first question is, how old were you when you had your first child? When I had Araya, I was 30 years old. I know, I'm mad old, right? No, I'm not. 30 years old when I had my first child. And I'm going to just go on ahead and answer the second. When I had Amir, I was 31. And then 5 days later, I turned 32. What was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? So, all of these questions, I'm just going to put it to, I guess, Araya's pregnancy. I don't know. I might just do both, who knows, whatever, but I guess I'll answer it for both pregnancies, whatever. So for Araya's pregnancy, I think the hardest part about being pregnant for 9 months with her was that towards the end of the pregnancy, I was getting like a lot of heartburn, and that is like the most uncomfortable thing to have when you're trying to sleep or like right after you eat something. And usually they say, oh, you'll get heartburn if you eat something spicy or something like that. I'm a spice lover, so I was eating spicy everything. But even when I wouldn't eat spicy food and I would just eat something like, I don't know, I guess late or something, I would get heartburn. I remember with Amir, it was like I had to be like 8 months pregnant. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I got up out of my bed. Chris did not know anything. That's my husband's name for people who don't know, but Chris didn't know what was going on. He was asleep. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning and I definitely got up and went to the store and got me some Tums because I could not sleep. It was just not happening. And if you from New York City, you know the store is open all night. That's what I love about my city. You could go to the store at 3 o'clock in the morning. You could walk to the store at 3 o'clock in the morning and you could get you whatever you need. You ain't got to drive to the gas station and this and that. Or if you just, in certain places, if you don't have it, you just don't have it. So that's it. But that's neither here nor there. That was not the question. Alright, next question. Okay, can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? Oh, I love both of my pregnancies. I didn't have any morning sickness with either one of my children. I loved being pregnant because like you get to like, I guess, just like relax. Like my husband was very attentive, like very like, okay, you can't pick this up, you can't do this. My mother was annoying. Like with the can't pick, like my mother would be like, no, don't pick this up. This is my little notebook, y'all. Don't pick this up. You can't pick this up. You can hurt yourself. You'll hurt the baby if you pick up this notebook. Like, don't do it. That's my mom. I love you, mom. I know you watching this. I love you. But yeah, so I guess that was a pleasant thing, that I didn't have morning sickness, and I wasn't really expected to do so much because I was pregnant. Even when I had Araya, I was doing the best that I could being pregnant with her because she was still a baby, so holding her and stuff like that. But pretty much my husband kind of like tried to take over a lot of the stuff so I wouldn't have so much strain on my body and stuff like that. So I guess that was nice. In your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? Bruh. Childbirth was way off for me, like way off. So I don't know if they have any questions in here because this is not like I didn't read the questions first or anything like that, so I don't know what they're gonna ask. But labor, Labor, bruh. When you watch a movie, it's like childbirth is like actually like when the lady is pushing or whatever, that's like the worst thing in the world. It's like, ah, oh my god, I'm dying, get the baby out. Like, it's all of that, right, in the movie, right? But when you actually give childbirth, and I pushed with both of my kids. I know some women have C-sections and stuff like that. I pushed with both of my children, and that's the best part of the whole thing. Like, when you pushing a baby out, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't, like, you're not screaming. It's not like retarded. Like, it's just, I mean, like, I don't know how to explain. Well, I had an epidural, so if y'all don't know what that is when you get the shot into your back and it numbs you from the waist down, so to make the birthing process easier. So basically, when you get the epidural, because it numbs you from the waist down, you don't feel the contractions. So the contractions is what hurts. It's not the pushing the baby out part, it's your body contracting to help the baby get down the birth canal. That is what hurts. Pushing the the contractions is what hurts. So when you're pushing the baby down the birth canal, the contractions is like helping that along. So when you get the epidural, you feel the contractions, like you feel the pressure, but you don't feel the pain. So when I pushed my babies out, I was actually fine. Like, that was like the release. It's like, okay, this is finally done. It's finally over. What I didn't know, like what didn't happen with Araya. So when I gave birth to Araya, I pushed her out. Everything was great. Nothing. I'm good. Now I'm focused on breastfeeding, blah, blah, blah. After I had Amir, I was still having contractions after giving birth to him, and nobody ever told me about anything like that. I didn't know that was even a thing because that didn't happen with Araya. So that's one thing that was different. I thought when I was gonna push the babies out that I was gonna be like screaming and I was gonna be like crazy, but that's really not what happened. I also didn't know that contractions come like in all shapes and sizes and forms. I thought contractions was like only on your lower half and the bottom, like, you know, well, I don't know if you know, but when women have their menstrual, they get cramps sometimes. So I thought contractions was like an intense cramp. And not for me. Contractions with Araya was like all the way up my back, up my side. It was like really debilitating. That was like the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. Like, I was praying to God to come down from the heavens and please comfort me, because honey, like, what was I supposed to do? Fortunately with Amir, I didn't experience contractions in the way that I did with Araya. So Araya, before I went to the hospital and everything like that, I was having contractions. I was in labor with Araya for 29 and a half hours. I know some women have longer labors, but that was long enough. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, like let's just say half of that time, whatever's half of 29, I'm usually good at math, so like 15 hours, 14 and a half hours. I was in labor without any medication, like no epidural, no nothing. So I was literally experiencing those contractions like head on, and that was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. So when I got pregnant with Amir and I was getting ready to like have him and everything, I was prepared. I was like, look, this is gonna be like the worst pain of my life. But Amir's birthing experience was a little different from Araya's, because once I was about to have him, they gave me my epidural, so I never experienced the contractions like I did with Araya. Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? Well, honestly, with Amir, my childbirth was like perfect. Like, if I could do what I did with Amir, with Araya, then that's what I would change. Literally with Amir, I guess I was more prepared, but I really didn't experience any pain. Like, y'all know that song when Jay-Z say his mother said he was born at 10 pounds and she ain't have no pain? Like, literally, I did not have any pain with my son at all, and I thank God for that. I did have contractions, but it wasn't painful. And then once they gave me the epidural, that was it. Like, all right, I was having contractions and he was ready to come, but I wasn't feeling any pain. So I mean, you can't really like do that over. That's not something that you can control. So I guess I wouldn't do anything different, I guess. All right, next question is, what would your advice be to someone who is about to have a baby? My advice would be relax. This experience is probably not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. And I would, before going in to have the baby, if you can, because you know some things happen sporadically, but I guess way before 9 months hits, do some research on what kind of birthing experience you do want to have, so you could kind of try to go along with that. It may not happen exactly like that, but if you have an idea of what you would want to do or what you like, it might be a little bit easier for you, and you won't be so anxious and so like, oh my God, I'm scared, I don't know what to expect. Kind of like look at videos like this, or like other mommy videos and stuff like that. People talk about their birthing experiences all the time, so maybe just to get an idea of like all the different things that can happen and that you can go through. Giving birth is not just like whatever, like, you know, I'm explaining with Amir's birthing experience. It didn't hurt, I was fine, but most birthing experiences don't go that way. So I would just do a little research and see, but also don't be too critical, you know, because you don't want to put more stress on yourself or more stress on the baby. If you do that, you're not going to have a pleasant birthing experience. Most likely, if you're really stressed out, or the baby is really stressed out, or both of you are really stressed out, you're probably most likely gonna be wheeled straight in to have a C-section, because you're gonna be too stressed and your baby's gonna be too stressed, heart rate goes down, all of that, for you to be able to push the baby out. So I guess that's another thing that I didn't know. I didn't realize that, like, you know, if you're on, like, I didn't realize how quickly your baby can get stressed inside the womb when it's time to give birth. If your baby is so stressed out that their heart rate is going down, your doctor is probably more likely to give you a C-section. I mean, almost like 1000%. With Amir, his heart rate kept going down every time I would have a contraction, and so they were telling me that you have to have a C-section, you're gonna have a C-section. If you know me, I'm like so afraid of like anesthesia and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, don't want to scare anybody, but I be thinking crazy thoughts. So I don't want to go under anesthesia, I don't want to get surgery, I don't want to go through any of that. So as she kept saying, oh, if the baby's heart rate keeps going down, we're gonna will you in to get a C-section. And I was praying to the Lord above. That was like a really scary part for me. I was praying to the Lord above, like, please, I don't want to have a C-section, I just want to push my baby out and we're gonna be fine, we're gonna be a happy family. Just allow me to be able to do that. I know I can do it, I know my body was designed to do this. So I guess that's another thing I would say I didn't know, but that wasn't the question, but I just brought that up in my mind. So advice is just relax as much as possible. Especially if you're a new mom, you've never experienced anything like this before, you don't know what to expect, because people could tell you their stories all day, but your story is probably going to be different. And prepare as much as you can, but if your birthing plan is not going according to how you planned it, it's okay. God has a plan to get that baby from inside of your womb outside of your womb, and however that happens is how it's supposed to happen, and you just kind of have to go with the flow and go along with it. If I would have had to have a C-section, I would have had to have a C-section, and I knew that. I didn't want to, so I was praying to God, but I knew that if this is the best thing for me and my baby, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and I'm gonna have to do it. So you kind of have to have that type of attitude so that you don't put too much stress on yourself or your baby. What has been the hardest thing about being a mom? Honestly, the hardest thing for me about being a mom is letting go. My kids, I can count on one hand how many times they have spent the night outside of my home. And this is like just recently spent the night outside of my home. A lot of people say, oh, I'm gonna take the kids, oh, I'm gonna, you know, I'll watch the kids for you guys so you can have some mommy and daddy time and stuff like that. But the only one that's pretty much watched my kids is my mom, and that's recently. And my mom was basically like stealing them, because she's like, listen, these are my grandkids, you're gonna let me watch my grandkids. I don't know, I just have this thing, like, after you become a mom, you really are like a mama bear. Like, I mean, at least I am. And I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody with my kids. I don't eat meat, so my children don't eat meat. I'll just be like, I don't know, I might go to let them stay with this person might be feeding my kid all kind of chicken and beef and all this stuff. Like, I don't trust it. It's just like I make so many excuses as to why my kids cannot be out of my sight. And it's bad, because I need a break sometimes, and I know I need a break, but I'm so I'm so attached to my children. Like, when Araya was 3 months and I had to go back to work, worst time of my life. Like, because I did not want to leave. First of all, I didn't want to leave my baby with anybody. Then second of all, I didn't want to be away from her. It was like, oh my God, I just got her and now I gotta leave her. Like, it was like the worst thing that I've ever had to experience, honestly, in motherhood. Like, I'm sure over the years I'm gonna experience some more stuff, like especially like when my kids go away to college and stuff like that, and just letting go when they decide to move out or get married and stuff like that. But having a baby, and then you get a little 3 months to spend time with that baby, and then you have to let somebody watch your child while you go work, is like, to me, it's like, it's taboo. It's like literally taboo, because it's like, I mean, this is an unpopular belief, and this is also going into like a whole nother video that I want to do. But I really feel like people need to stop pressuring women to go straight back to work right after they have a baby. Like, people are asking me when I'm gonna go back to work right now, and my son is 4 months. To me, this is me personally, this is an unpopular belief. We already know all y'all think that women just should go back to work and push their ass into the, you know, the workforce. But me, I feel like women need way more time at home with their children before they're pressured to go back to work for someone else. And then it's like, I can't get into it, it's like a whole nother video. But what was the question? What was the hardest thing about being a mom? The hardest thing about being a mom for me is leaving my children with anybody, or letting my children go stay with anybody, because I'm very particular about how I want my children to be taken care of. I'm very particular about what I want to be done during that time. So to not have control over that situation because I'm not around is very hard for me. What has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? COVID. No, I'm sorry. Lord, what's wrong with me? Okay, when I say COVID, it's because I told you guys, I think in my last video, that I lost my job because of COVID. And honestly, that has been the most beautiful blessing, honestly, that I've gotten out of this whole ordeal, because I get to spend time with my children. I get to teach my children. I get to help them grow. I get to be the one that's here cooking them meals and doing tummy time and just teaching my daughter how to walk. Like, just, I get to be the person that's doing all of that. All her mannerisms and, you know, the things that she's learned, the things that she's doing. Even my son, like, I get to take credit for that, because I'm here teaching them that. I'm here helping them grow. And to me, that's the biggest blessing as a mom, to actually be the one that's able to be there with your children. For me, I know some women are happy to give their kids to somebody else and go the other way, but me, I'm just that person that likes to be with my children. So for me, that is like one of the most rewarding things about being a mom, is just being able to be there for my children, honestly. And you know, it's just very rewarding for me. Like, that motherhood is like the best job that I've ever had in my life, and I like never want to give it up. Seriously. What is the most surprising thing that you've experienced or you discovered about being a mom? I don't know. What's the most surprising thing? Well, I'm not surprised about. I guess like when I was oh, okay. So before I had kids, and that's easy to say before you have kids too, I used to swear to God, like, I'm gonna be like this and I'm gonna be like that. My kids ain't gonna run over me, because I don't okay, ain't no running over me, boo. But yeah, my kids run all over me, especially my daughter. Oh my God. Like, the amount of disrespect that I take on a daily basis is even surprising to me. Because I used to be like, oh, like, first of all, I worked with kids, so I used to see how the kids would interact with their parents. And some things were a little alarming to me. Like, really? You're really gonna let your kid pull your hair out, punch you in the face, and then not give you a kiss bye, and then you go to work all jolly like, oh. But yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much how it be. So yeah, that's the most surprising thing I would say about being a mom. Like, I thought I was gonna be so stern and so like, no, I'm not having it, and I'm not like that. Somebody's up, so we're gonna have to finish this video with the child that I was talking about, the demanding one. She's cursing me out in the room right now. I'll be back. Gonna help mommy finish her video. Here, Mama. Come on now. You want your milk? The disrespect. Alright, so you cannot touch the camera, little girl. We're gonna take picture later. Yeah, later. Alright, you sit right here. Sit right here and you do the video with mama. She just woke up. Don't judge her hair. We be cute. So let's see. Mommy gonna read questions and I'm gonna answer them. What is the best memory you have involving your child? I don't know, y'all. I have so many memories. Like, what is the best memory? Honestly, I really can't tell y'all the best memory. I could tell y'all one memory that I have involving Araya. Say hello. You see Araya? What you saying? One of the best memories I have with Araya is she was sitting on her father's lap and they were like playing hide and go seek or something like that, and she just kept making the funniest face and me and Chris were dying laughing. And it was just, I don't know, it's not nothing like crazy, but it's just one of those moments. It's like an intimate moment that you have with your children or your family that like you really can't even explain to anybody else, because they're not gonna understand. They're gonna be like, what? Oh, that was the most like extravagant moment, that was the most amazing moment you had. But that was one of the most amazing moments that I've had with my family. Like, and you know, yeah. Then another moment was when I was pregnant with Amir, and Araya was just like hanging out with me, and we were talking and stuff like that, and she just started saying, brother, brother, because I always teach her about her brother, that her brother's coming and she's gonna be a big sister. I think look, the shirt that she has on right now says most amazing sister, right? Because she is really such a good sister to her brother. Like, if you know Araya a little crazy, you know, she a little like her mama, but so you would think that she would probably be trying to, like, you know, beat Amir up or something, but she's always kissing her brother. When he cries, she tries to give him her bottle and stuff like that. Like, so she tries to give him her bottle and stuff like that. Like, she's such a good big sister. She tries to comfort him. She kisses him constantly, but we love it. But so she was saying, brother, brother, and she was just like talking to my belly. I'm gonna see if I could put the video in here, but it was so cute, you guys, and I just loved it so much. I think I'm gonna enter the video here now.
Finish talking. He's talking to your baby. Finish talking, Mama.
If you're gonna come and support a friend, just come and support her. But don't
brother. Say brother. You say brother? Brother. Say I love you.
Can we just wait until these kids get
What was the most exciting milestone? So I think I'm gonna do another video involving like Araya's first year of life, but the most exciting milestone for Araya so far is her language skills. Like, she talks a lot and she says a lot of words and a lot of phrases that I'm like really surprised that she's able to say right now, because I worked with children in her age group, and a lot of them weren't saying as much stuff as my daughter's saying right now at 1.5 years. So I would say that's the most exciting milestone for her. What's the worst thing your child has ever done? I don't know. What's the worst thing your child has ever done? I don't know. My child's 1.5. Like, cry? Like, well, I don't know. I don't even like that question, but the worst thing my child has ever done? Nothing. Honestly. Nothing. I don't know, make a mess, cry. Like, what? She's the baby, so I don't think it's nothing worse. It's nothing bad. I mean, she's not always pleasant, but she didn't do anything like that I would say it's the worst thing she's ever done. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I don't got really an answer to that question. What habit do you wish your child didn't have? Repeating after her father. That's the habit I wish she didn't have. She repeats everything he says, and sometimes he doesn't say nice things. He says not so good words, and she repeats them, guys. Chris. So yeah, I wish she didn't have that habit. But she repeats good things too, but I just don't like when she repeats the not so good things. Let's see. What habit of theirs makes you most proud? I guess the same habit. Because she picks up on words so easily, and so like, you know, it just flows. So like if you say something to her, she'll repeat it back to you, and I love it. I love it. Like I was on the phone the other day and we were counting, and I said, well, we weren't counting on the phone, but I said something about 5. She's never said 5 before, so she was like 5, 6, 7. I was like, what? Like, I just love it. It's like seeing all the things that she can do that I didn't even know that she can do. So I think that's what that was. Let me see. Do you share similarities with your child, both physical and personality? Oh, yes. My daughter is me in baby form. Period. Period. Like, she literally is my little clone, my little light-skinned clone. Physically, I don't know. So, look, some people say we look alike. Some people say we don't. So, I don't even know. Do we look alike, Araya? You look like mommy? Or you look like Dada? Do you know? I don't know. We don't know, y'all. No. Like, let me see if you guys decide if we look alike. Look at camera. Where would you like your child to be in 10 years? In 10 years she will be 11. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Why you say uh-oh? Alright, in 10 years, where would I want her to be? I swear, I did say this was going to be Amir and Araya, right? But clearly turned into Araya because she definitely came and took over the show as usual. I don't know, in 10 years... Thank you. In 10 years, I just want her to be happy. Like, I want her to be happy. I want her to be playing sports or dancing or gymnastics or whatever thing that she chose to do that year. I just want her to be happy, thriving, and exploring the world and doing whatever it is that she loves to do at that moment. That's all I expect. I just want to be able to create an atmosphere where my daughter is happy and she can be whoever she is growing up to be. That's it. That's my only expectation for an 11-year-old. What is something that having a child has taught me? Patience, baby. Patience. Patience, and to not take myself so seriously. Like, sometimes, like, I want things to be a certain way and it has to be perfect and it has to be this and it has to be that, and it's like, when you have a child, it's not going to be like that. Like, before having a child, this video, like, first of all, the last video, y'all gonna see how that went. If y'all haven't watched it, go watch it. But I would have did that video over and over and over again until it was perfect. And it's just like, even this video, like, my baby woke up in the middle of the video, so now she's in the video with me. Like, I would have tried to put her back down to sleep or started back up once she went to sleep because I wanted to be perfect. She took my earrings out during the video. I would have tried to put my earrings back in, made myself look perfect. Like, it would have been too much. I was just doing the most. Or I still do the most, but I was just doing the most before, and I feel like my child has taught me to not take life so seriously. Like, you have to live. Things are gonna happen. Everything is not gonna be perfect, and it's okay. And so I think that's what I've learned. You know, that's what motherhood has taught me. Just flow. Go with the flow. It'll be so much easier if you just go with the flow. Did you imagine that you'd be a mom at the age that you became a mom? When I was younger, and when I say younger, like when I was a kid, I swore like at 25 I was gonna be married and I was gonna have kids and live in this big old house and all of that. So when I was little, no. But as I started getting older, when I was in my 20s, I was like, look, I'm not having no kids till I'm like 30. And that's exactly what I did. I had a kid at 30. But when I was like, right after I got married when I was 27 or 28. And like right after that, everybody was like, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna have kids? And at first I was like, dang, let us just be married and like just enjoy being married. But then that energy started trickling on into my spirit, and then I was like, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby. So I don't know, I guess I saw myself having kids when I had kids, I guess, like eventually. Describe your child in a single sentence. Araya is radiant. That's what my child is. She just, her vibration is just so like full of life and so loving and so just light. That's what I say about my child. Araya is radiant. Araya is light. She lifts me up so much, and not even when I'm down, just she just lifts me up, period. Like, I love being around her, I love being with her, I love sleeping next to her, I love cuddling her. I just love being with my child. She makes me feel so good. And when I'm not around her, like, I really like, yeah girl, I be going through it. Literally just this weekend that passed, my mom wanted the kids, so I sent them over for the weekend, and as soon as me and Chris dropped them off, we both were sad. Like, we both were just like, you know, like, we missed them so much. So yeah, Araya's radiant. Let's see, how have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? I'm like less with the BS. Like, I'm starting to learn my worth a lot more since being a mom, and I'm starting to take control of my time. My time for me is way more valuable than it was before, and I really like am a stickler about that and not letting anything take advantage of my time. I think that's what has changed me so much, being a mom, because my time I need to put into my children. That's just how I feel about it. Thanks. That's just how I feel about it. I need to put my time and my energy into my children. And so what was the question? I be losing train of thought, y'all. I got mommy brain. How have you changed as a person? So yeah, I'm not with it. If it's not serving me and my kids, I'm not with it. If it's taking too much time away from me and my kids, I'm not with it. That's how I've changed. Before, I was just so, okay, you know, I'm so carefree. Oh, this, oh, that, I could go do this and that. No. What time? How long? Oh, because that's just me. Like, now. Because I need to make sure that I'm spending enough time with my kids. My kids are never going to be the age that they are today. So I want to make sure that I'm there for that, and I'm spending time with them, and I'm, you know, with them, and I'm experiencing them, because I'm not going to have forever. She's not going to lay on me like this forever. You know, we're not going to be able to be together like this forever. So I want to make sure I'm soaking in this time. And so I think that's the biggest thing that has changed, me valuing my time here, because we don't have forever. And just knowing that, I take my time a lot more seriously. I think that was it, y'all. I love being a mom. I love being a mom so much. I love talking about these types of things. I like talking about my kids. I feel like all moms love talking about their kids. I don't know what it is. This is my little life right here, and I love sharing it with everybody. That's another reason why I made a YouTube video, a YouTube channel, because this is like an experience that needs to be documented, I feel. And I really love this little person right here. And I love my little son Amir, who's still sleeping. And I love all the experiences I have with them and because of them. So yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. hit that subscribe button if you have not, and please remember to hit that notification bell so you can be updated every time I upload a video. It's your girl Mimi Carrington. I love you. Make sure you love yourself, love God, and love others. Peace out. Want to say bye-bye? Right, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Alright, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. You don't want to say bye? Okay. Bye, y'all. See y'all in the next video. Peace. Now you want to say bye? You fake. Bye. Say bye. Hey y'all, I just finished this like 10-minute mommy makeup. I think I did good. Nothing too crazy. Let me see so I can make it stay. It's not necessary, but okay. If y'all see something on my fingers like this, that's because my damn eyeliner, that's why I don't really got no eyeliner on. My little eyeliner, and I always have eyeliner on, like my little wing, hello. So my little eyeliner thing broke, so clearly I need a new eyeliner. Y'all need to be reminding me so I could go get it. I really wonder how they be doing their makeup, like full-blown fledged like makeup in 10 minutes. Bitch, by the time I said let me take my makeup out, 10 minutes was up. That literally be all the time I be having, y'all. I be having to do final touches with a baby in my hand. That's what us mommies, that's what we do. Some daddies too, yeah. No discrimination. No camera, I ain't say do all that. Street sweeper. We gonna let them pass, you know, give them they little 10 minutes, 5 seconds of shine, you know. They cleaning the streets for us. Alright, what you want to do today? Let me see. Daddy. Where's Dada? You see Daddy? See mommy, daddy? You love your daddy. Yeah. Yeah, your daddy stinks.